Hey everybody, welcome back. Sims Beauty here with another video. So I know I haven't uploaded in a couple of days. Forgive me. Listen, when you have a chronic illness, 1 minute you could be fine and the next minute you are down for the count. So if you hear me breathing a lot, it's just because I'm having, some breathing issues. But I am good. Listen, let me tell you something. Never let whatever you go through tear you down. Every day that you wake up, take it as a blessing because it gives you another day to have a good day. It's a lot of people who didn't have a chance to wake up this morning and they absolutely had no idea, And number two, they don't have that option. So if the only thing that happens good out of your day is waking up, then that is a blessing within itself. Just be grateful for that. So that's where I am. I just look for the little things in life. And that's it. You always have to find that silver lining. All right. So today is not going to be a let's talk video. Today is going to be a story time. All right. So I'm going to tell y'all why it is such a big deal that Pancake is here. Sorry. Okay, let me stop because all right, so the reason why it is such a big deal that Pancake is here is because before he came, I'm not going to say I didn't like cats because that would be a mistruth. I would say that I gave up on cats. So, I always had cats as a child. My grandma, my dad's mother, was a big cat lover. So we always had cats growing up. Her daughter is a cat lover. My daughter is a cat lover. Yeah, so we have some crazy cat ladies in our family. And I'm trying to make sure that my daughter doesn't turn into a crazy cat lady. Now, what I will say is this. Cats are amazing creatures. Amazing creatures. There will never be a time in my life now that I will not have a cat in my house. And there's a number of reasons why cats are important. Some of those things I'll touch on in another video, but some of them I'll touch on in this video. So the reason why I was turned off from cats is when I was younger, I was attacked by one. So I'm going to tell y'all the story. So when I was younger, me and my brother, my brothers always had friends, and I would consider these people my friends because I would always hang around with my brother. So I was literally a tomboy. You didn't see me really hanging out with girls. I was always with boys, climbing fences and trees and just, any and everything the boys was into, I was in it. It was always a pack of boys and one girl. And this is something that I have carried on through life. It's really weird because I have friends who I have been friends with since 6th grade, 9th grade. All of my friends are people that have been in my life for a very long time. Like, these are childhood friends. I have one person that I consider a friend as an adult, but I'm sorry. I have 2 people that I consider friends that I gained as adults, but everybody else is like older people that I've known for a long time. A lot of these people are childhood friends. Again, I've known these people for over 20 years. These are people that I consider my friends. So my brothers had a friend who lived around the corner from us. And one day, my oldest brother didn't go, but my middle brother, Dewan, he went. And I was like, Dewan, let me go with you. I always wanted to be with my brothers. So we go around there. And I'm really sensitive to energy. So, like, I can walk in a room and I can feel tension. Or I can walk in a room and I can sit next to somebody and I can I can tell if they're having a bad day or not, and I'll tell you why. If you look up the word empath, EMPATH, I'm an empath. So I'm a person who can pick up other people's emotions. I'm very emotionally sensitive. So like, say my husband is having a bad day and something is going on that he hasn't made me aware of, because he might think it's going to add extra stress. I can feel that he's having a bad day. I can feel when my kids are having a bad day. I can feel when my mom and dad, my brothers and my cousins, need me. I can feel it even though they don't know. And it's weird because we'll talk about it in another video. There's a lot to unpack. But anyway, so I go over to my brother's friend's house with him. And the first thing I noticed when I walked in the house was that it was this weird energy. It just felt like negative energy, right? So I'm like, okay. I didn't understand what this feeling was back then, but now I know what it is. So I walk in the house and I could feel this weird energy. It feel like, you really want to tense up and you don't feel comfortable. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to just go with the flow. So me and my brother's friend's sister, I think her name was Dawn. We were playing, and then my brother and his friend were playing, or whatever the case may be. So we were pretty good the whole time we were there, right? So I kept saying to my brother, the cat does not like me. And my brother is like, Tisha, you're tripping. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just being a hypochondriac. My brothers always think I'm over, So I'm like, no, the cat does not like me. I can feel it. And my brother is like, Tisha, you're tripping. I'm like, no, I'm not. So all of a sudden, it's time to leave, right? So we're in the basement, and it's a little hallway going to the back door to let us out into the driveway. So it's time to leave, and I started to initially go through the door first because my brothers, they would let me always go first. So my brother stopped and he was like, go ahead, Tisha. And I was like, no. And he was like, what? I said, the cat is behind the door. And he was like, stop tripping. So I'm like, the cat is behind the door, Dwayne. If I go, this cat is going to jump out and get me. He's like, okay, listen, I don't have time to play with you. Daddy and mommy called us. We got to go home. So I told my brother, I said, you go first. So my brother walks first. Nothing happens, right? But my brother didn't turn back around to check behind the door to see if the cat was there. I just said the cat was behind the door and that he was going to get me if I walked. But when my brother walked, he never turned back around to check, right? So my brother goes, nothing happened. As soon as I go, the cat jumps from behind the door, and he jumps on me. I like clawing me. I'm screaming. I'm, trying to shake the cat off, and he's like engorged in my skin, and I'm going like this, and he's like flapping back and forth. I'm like, oh my God. So by the time they got the cat off of me, oh my God, it felt like that cat attacked me for a good 20 minutes. I don't know how long it actually happened, but it felt like forever. And you're talking about cat scratches and blood. It was cat scratches everywhere. My face, my arms, my legs. And until this day, I still have these cat scratches. Like every time I go to shave my legs, it's a cat scratch that I see every single time. And it just puts me back into that space. Like when I'm telling y'all this, like my heart is pumping, is racing, because it literally, I feel like I transported back into that time. That's how real these emotions feel for me. So after that happened, they got the cat. I think they released the cat outside or something after the cat attacked me. I don't really know. But that cat, the attack just traumatized me to the point where when I went home, we had cats and I was terrified. I was like, I don't want to deal with these cats. I don't trust them. you know, that cat didn't even know me and that cat attacked me. But what I didn't understand as a child is that because I live with cats, you know, their scent was already on me, and I didn't understand it. So it took me a long time to recover from my cat scratches. And I was also attacked by a dog too. I think it was actually the same year. And it was so weird because I was never affected by being attacked by a dog, because it was like a little bulldog, and you know, they're very, very fat and muscular, so he just kind of like ran me over. I had like some paw prints on my shirt and on my face and stuff. He didn't like bite me, but he just knocked me down and ran over me, as my brothers, yeah, my two older brothers, because I'm the baby, my two older brothers ran and saved their self and jumped on the trunk of a car and then watched me get attacked by the dog. But that's neither here nor there. It's not important. I'm just saying, Devin and DeWine watched their sister get attacked by a dog and a cat. Okay, so yeah, the cat thing really traumatized me. And it took me a very long time to get over it. So like, I would go to people's houses and they would have cats. Like I'm in a sisterhood, PEO, and one of my sisters has a cat. Her cat is declawed, which I don't agree with. Whether I like cats or not, I don't agree with declawing your cat, because it's like, what if somebody ripped your fingernail off? Would you be okay with that? So why do it to the cat? There's other ways of going about, you know, keeping your cat's nails maintained by clipping them, or getting the acrylic clip on things so they don't scratch your furniture up and things like that. What was I saying? I'm sorry, I told y'all I have short-term memory loss. So yeah, I never really recovered from the cat attack. When I went home, I wasn't comfortable in my house. I didn't trust our cats anymore. But I would go to other people's houses and, oh, now I know what I was saying. I was at my sister's house. She's a PEO. And her cat is declawed. And as soon as I came in the house, out of everybody, the cat comes to me and gets on my lap. And he's just standing there. Like, he didn't get on my lap and like lay down, or get on my lap and like sit down. He just stood on my lap. And I'm looking at my sister and I'm like, she's like, do you like cats? I'm like, no, not really. So she's telling her cat, you know, come on, she don't want to be bothered, this and other. Now, this cat really loved people. He liked getting a lot of attention, stuff like that. But it didn't matter if he had claws or not. I wasn't dealing with him. So, my sister-in-law has a cat. Every time I would go to her house, the cat would come down. The cat was not particularly fond of my husband. I think my husband did something to the cat, pulled the tail, and the cat never forgot about it. So the cat didn't like my husband, but when the cat saw me, every single time, I never talked to the cat, I never pet the cat, I never paid the cat any mind, but every time this cat would know that I was there, it would come down the steps and sit on my feet. And I was just like, you know what, just let the cat sit. So I've had other experiences with cats. They weren't my cats, but they were other people's cats, and cats have always naturally been drawn to me. So the big thing about Pancake was, okay, so my daughter wanted an ESA, an emotional support animal. So she's been asking me to have a cat for years, and I was like, okay, I will buy you a cat the day you go to college or the day you get your own place. I will buy you a kitten, I promise. This heifer then found a way for her to get her cat now. So she was like, okay, mommy, I want an ESA. We go through the paperwork, and she's approved for her ESA. Okay. So I'm like, all right. I'm thinking we gonna get a puppy or something. She's like, no, mommy, I want a kitten. I'm like, okay. Well, if we're gonna get a kitten, it's gonna have to be like a little teeny weeny kitten, and that kitten is going to be your responsibility. I'm not doing nothing for it. I don't want to be bothered. This is your animal, whatever the case may be. So we got approved for her ESA January 4th, 2019. So I'm thinking, all right, we're going to go to the SPCA, and we're going to look for kittens, and it's a possibility that we may not find a cat today, and I'm okay with that, right? Because I still need time to get myself emotionally ready to have a cat, an animal in my house that I'm scared of, in a way. I'm gonna say I was scared of cats, okay? So we go to the SPCA, and we're looking around. I had called earlier. They said they had just got some kittens in, but like some of them were sick. They had like respiratory infections, and we would have to come get them another day. And I'm like, listen, I don't want a cat that's not already feeling well, because I don't have time to be nursing an animal back to health, right? So we're looking around, and one cat had FIV. It's like HIV for cats. It's called FIV. And they were like, oh, even though the cat has FIV, he can still live a pretty good life. I'm like, listen, I love all animals, okay? And if I was healthy enough, I would do any and everything that I could, but I don't know anything about FIV, if they need to be on medications, doctor bills, and things like that. That's the stuff that kind of worries me about having a pet, because it's not like if your pet gets sick. Well, some people do it, but I'm not going to do it. Some people just let their cat get over it. But like, I actually take my cat to the doctor and to the vet, make sure he have his shots, things like that. I want him to be healthy as if he was healthy, my kids or something. So we go to the SPCA. We're looking around. So we get to the kitten section. It's 2 little kittens, and they look really, really sick. And I'm like, I can't do it. And then it's like another kid, and he was like laying down. Like, I don't know if he was getting sick. And then we saw Pancake. So first, I'm like, Naya, he's kind of big. I'm like, they say he was a kitten, but my God, this cat is supposed to be 4 months. He looks like a regular size cat to me. I don't know. It could have been fear. I don't know. So we see Pancake. I'm like, no, Naya, he's kind of rambunctious. He's in there like jumping around. He's the only active thing in the whole SPCA on the cat side. He's the only kitten in there that's playing. So he's in his little cage playing with this little ball thing, and I'm like, I don't know, he's kind of big. So the lady was like, well, do y'all want to see him? So I'm sorry, I skipped a part. So the thing that made us say yes was, so Pancake was in his little kennel thing. Well, actually his name was Zorro before we got him. We changed it to Pancake. He was in his little cage, and he was like swatting at this little cotton ball thing, and the ball fell outside of the cage. And what happened was, Naya went to pick the toy up to put it back in the cage, and when she went to stick her hand out to put the thing in there, Pancake stuck his little paw and put it in her hand. Oh my God, it was the cutest thing ever. Like, my heart just melted at that moment, because it was like, hold my hand. And it's so weird, because Pancake is still like that now. Like, when he's ready to go to sleep, he wants to be laying up against somebody, or he wants to be touching somebody, or he has that hand out because he wants somebody to hold his hand while he sleeps. Cutest thing ever. So once I saw that happen, my heart just melted, and I was like, okay, take him out. So we go in the little room. Pancake's walking around, and I'm just like, he start purring, because I don't know if everybody knows, but every cat does not purr. And then every purr is not a good purr. Sometimes cats purr when they're upset, like when they're mad. And then some cats purr when they're enjoying it. But Pancake is a purr, and he loves purring. It's just, it's like music to me. It's so weird. So yeah, he basically changed my life on cats. And ever since we've had him, it's just been like, what we did when he first came home, we just like put his food in his litter box in Naya's room so they could have bonding time. So he would know that was his mommy. And I kind of tried to stay out the way a little bit, but then it was like, I was buying stuff. Like, I had to spend at least a good $500 when we first got Pancake, because he ended up getting sick 2 weeks after we got him, he ended up getting like a respiratory infection. His nose was running. He was like sneezing out blood. It was disgusting. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but I don't want this cat to die because I love him, right? So we take him to the vet. They like, oh, he got a little cold. They give him some antibiotics and this medicine we got to give him. And of course, I have to be the bad person and give it to him. But I wanted to make sure my baby was okay. So I was giving him the antibiotics. And then, like, his symptoms weren't getting better. So I took him back to the vet. Because I thought, what happened was, I thought Pancake mouth was swelling up. But what happened was, he was sniffing, and because he was sniffing and trying to get, I guess because he couldn't smell anything, he was sniffing kind of hard. And when cats sniff where their whiskers are, they kind of expand so that they can try to attract whatever scent they're trying to get. And when I saw his mouth like that, it freaked me out. I thought his mouth was swelling, so I took him back to the vet. Don't laugh. And my husband was like, "It's something wrong with you." I'm not going to keep running back and forth to this vet for the cat. It's just not going to happen. So we go back to the vet. They switch his antibiotic. And then the antibiotic ended up being $26. I was like, oh my God. Whatever this is, we got to clear it up because I don't have money to keep running this cat back and forth to the doctor. So Pancake gets over his cold. So this is when I really, 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 really knew I was in love with Pancake. So the last time we had that, it wasn't a blizzard, but we had a bunch of snow. I think it was like in February or March. I don't know, but we had a significant amount of snow. So I'm walking around the house and I noticed that I can't find Pancake. I'm calling him, Pancake, Pancake, Pancake. I have his favorite toy making a noise for this toy he always comes out and play with. Nope, no Pancake. I don't see him. I start worrying. I'm like, where is the cat? Where is the cat? I can't find him. So what I did was, our cat has a microchip in him. I called and made a missing cat report. It was bad. I called our rental office. I said, I can't find the cat. But I described him down to the T. I was like, he has all four of his paws are white, and on the left back leg he has a gray spot. It was bad. Like, I know they had to be laughing at me because our office, they're like, oh, Datisha, she's always so serious, this, that, and there. And then I call them, talk about I can't find my cat. I had my husband out there driving me up and down the street. I'm calling Pancake, Pancake. Now, mind you, I was in a car accident, so any type of inclement weather, I do not go outside. Like, and because it was snowing the way that was, and where we live at, they don't like plow or salt the streets before it snows. I was surprised that I was even out there in the car, but I was crying so bad. My husband couldn't do anything else but just do what I asked him to do, which was please help me find the cat. So the school calls and they're like, early dismissal. I'm like, oh my God, Naya's on her way home, and now I gotta tell her that we done lost her cat. So I'm looking for the cat, looking for the cat. I was looking for the cat for at least 3.5 hours. Naya comes in and I'm like, Naya, I have something to tell you. And she's like, what? And I was like, I don't want you to get upset. And the first thing she was like, where's Pancake? And I was like, I can't find him. I had called the missing people. They talking about put his blinking, his toys outside because he could smell 2 miles. It was just a mess. Pancake had me going through a lot. So I'm in Naya's room crying because I can't find a cat, and I feel horrible that I lost him. And now Naya's starting to cry. And then all of a sudden I said, Naya, look in your closet. How about the cat was in there the whole time? Sleep. Oh, I was mad. I felt like a fool. My husband was teasing me. He was like, oh yeah, and somebody, where's Pancake? Where's Pancake? It was just bad. So yeah, that is how Pancake changed my life. And I love him so much. He's the best cat ever. Like, God has really, really, really blessed us with him. He has changed my heart forever and ever. Yeah, like I love Pancake to the point where me and Naya, we both fight over him. She feels like I'm his favorite person, and I know that he's her favorite person. But yeah, I do a lot for him. Like, he has his spa day on Sunday. You know, every once a month, he gets a bath. I trim his nose every 2 weeks. He gets brushed every day. And I do have the Burt's Bees waterless shampoo, like in between washes, to keep his fur from, you know, all nice and silky and shiny and stuff. And then it stops him from itching, because actually I'm highly allergic to Pancake. Yeah, so I'm really not supposed to have him anyway, but I haven't told my allergist, and hopefully he doesn't see this video. But I am about to start allergy shots, so yeah, I'm never going to give Pancake away. I love him, but I am really allergic to him. Like, when I kiss him and like rub my face on him, my nose like burns really bad. But he's the best. When I'm really sick, like the last couple days, he's been underneath me. I tell him all the time we should have named him Shadow, because everywhere I go, he goes. Even if I'm taking a bath, Pancake is in the bathroom just making sure that I'm cool. It's kind of weird to have your cat watch you bathe, but if you think about it, they do it in front of us all the time. So yeah, that's my story time for today, about how Pancake changed my life, and why I love him so much, and how his purrs give me life and energy. And it's nothing like not feeling good and having your cat lay up against you and purr. Like, it just makes everything 100 times better. But I'm not going to keep you guys too long, because this video is already 26 minutes. Remember, I am not editing. I might take out like a little portion, but I'm not going to be editing. Yeah, I can't do all that, y'all. So please accept me for who I am, and you know, because I accept you guys for who you guys are, with no strings attached. So remember, guys, if no one has told you today you are enough, and if no one has told you today that they love you, I love you. And let me know in the comments, what are your phobias? What are you scared of? Have you ever had a fear and overcame it? How did you do it? If not, what steps would you like to take in order to overcome your fear? So yes, leave those comments down below, and please remember to like, comment, and share, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace, love, and blessings. All right, guys.